Okay, greetings and glad tidings. My hope is that all is well with you and yours in accordance with the highest, best, good, will, and way. We're going to hop in the energy and see what would like to be channeled out and relate to the collective. Okay. So as I begin shuffling the cards, a few general messages as always. Whatever cards, messages, terms, letters, numbers, images that you connect with, that you resonate with, as we say here in the Oracle and Tarot community, those synchronicities that you connect with are messages for you. However, the larger part of the collective could also notice a timeline explanation through the cards that are used. If certain terms show up more than once or numbers and they don't resonate with you right now, because all these readings are for present energy, then so be it. And you can leave that energy where it is. And if it does resonate with you and your current situation and circumstance, please feel free to jot down with pen and paper and pause at the exact moment where it's like, wow, that piece of information connected with me. Go ahead and make note of it, okay? For future reflection. Let us go ahead and begin. So spirit guides, divine ancestors, all energetic vessels and forces in every dimension in space and time, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for everything that you have said in the past, and thank you for what you are saying right now. Please relay what is the current energy for the collective that will be tuning in to this reading. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we would like to do one more. Thank you. Is there anything? And thank you for what you have said. Is there anything else? Okay, and thank you for what you have said. And I'm going to pull all cards first, and then we're going to go through the reading, okay? And I will pull them up to show them to you. And so you can see the numbers on the cards and the terms as I go through them. All right, so our next deck of cards. While I'm going through and laying out all of the information here, again, if you have a current situation, a thought, a question that you would like to see if there's a confirmation for this reading for you, go ahead and note that situation. Write it down, text it to yourself, jot it on your hand. If you're that type of person, send a memo, text yourself. And let's see if there is valuable pieces of information in this reading for you. Thank you so much for what you have said. Please provide more information on either what you have laid out or new situations and circumstances. So thank you so much for what you have said. Please clarify or state new information. Thank you so much for what you have said. And please clarify any new information. All right, one more. Thank you for what you have said. Please clarify or provide new information. Thank you so much for what you have said. And please clarify or provide new information. So while I'm getting out our decks and shuffling them, I want to make mention, if some of you have not noticed, that the comment section is off for this channel. It will always stay off. What is unique here is that this is for individual reflection. I have noted quite a long time ago, when I first deleted my Facebook account back in 2014, and I've never had a Twitter account. I actually had friends who made me a Twitter account, and it was called Twitterless and then me. Never had Snapchat or Instagram. And one of the things that I have always noted when I did have Facebook, and looking at other tarot and oracle channels here on YouTube, before starting this journey, when I was just simply an observer of tarot readers on YouTube, is the extreme negative comments. And thus, seeing that on all social media platforms, whenever someone comes to me, they'll say, oh my gosh, look at this horrible message or reaction. I've decided that this is a place for individual contemplation and growth. Again, like the name, this is for your vibrational guidance. What things confirm for you with the grumbling in the stomach, hair rising on your arm, or chills on the back of your neck, goosebumps. Whatever parts of these readings that resonate for you, that is for you and your personal reflection. This is not a place for communal sharing, simply because it has always, on every platform, been taken advantage of for those who spew negative energy to have a place to send that out. And that is just not here. This is for you and your good feelings, your accountability. It's a safe zone place. Okay, so safe space is the priority and the reason for this being a closed comments channel. All right. Thank you so much for what has been said. Please provide the energy. Thank you that you would like to state. Please note that we are extremely thankful. All right. And then this one is in the reverse. Okay, thank you for what you have said. Would you like to say more? Thank you so much for what you have said. Would you like to say more? Thank you. Okay, and for our next and potentially final deck, what would you like to relay? Thank you so much for what has been said. And thank you so much if you would choose to say more. Please relay what the collective needs to know for current energy. Thank you so much for what you have said, and thank you for what you may choose to relay. Thank you so much for what you have chosen to say, and for what you may choose to relay. Thank you so much for what you have chosen to say, and thank you for what you may choose to relay. Thank you so much for what you have chosen to say, and for what you may choose to relay. Let us go ahead and get some numbers. All right, we have here 3. And I thought this was a 3, but when I dropped it down, it turned to a 5. Did this change? So I said 3. I'm hoping that I was not looking at this die and saying 3, but if so, we have 2 5s, but I thought that there was a 3. So we have 2 3s. There is a 5. We have a 2. There is a 4. And there is a 6. So I know we all see this very clearly. Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then finally, let us get some letters. So I'm going to move things about here at the top. Pulling the edges down. All right, and then I'm going to dig down to the middle, and whatever spills out, we'll take. And whatever I grab, that's what we take. All right, this is what I have from down below. We have B, X, E, V, B, X, E, V, O, Q, M, H, another Q. We have Z, another B. So Brendan, Brandon, Byron could be significant. R, S. We have Y, another Z. So Zach, Zachary, Zane, C. We have an F, U, K. Oh my goodness. You see what that spells out. And I did not do that on purpose, I guarantee you. Whoa. It does not spell it out quite literally, but we do have a C right here. So I think to keep things appropriate, energy just said. That is quite the energy for someone right now. They're in that mode. 3 Z's and 3 B's. So B and Z definitely could be a synchronicity. We have a D, a P, and another P. So 2 P's, Paul, Paulette, Paula, Pauline, Precious, Priscilla, Persimmon, Z's, 3 Z's, 2 P's, 2 Q's, 2 V's, Vincent, Val, Vernon, Veronica, Verone, Victor, Victorious, Vermin, and then we have 3 B's. All right, let's hop into this reading and see what has been said. Up first, we have the number 4, Master of Craftsmanship. It says creator of form, organizing principles. So some of you right now are in this 4, foundation, craftsmanship, 4, also starting with the letter F. And you are organizing. What are the principles in your life? I talked about this in a previous message. What are the morals, the values, the ethics, the principles that you do your life by? And you have been taught a set of things, cultural appropriation, just taking on things, and now they are happenstance, they are second nature just due to conditioning. But the question is, how are you the master crafter and creator of the form of you now, that you can notice that things have been imposed on you and you can choose to lay those things aside. Next, we have here 22, which is the now. So again, noticing the synchronicity, 2 and 2, you add those two together, you have 4, and then we also have 2 out here. And it says the sacred archetypal element of water. So water energy being creative, meaning maybe go out, be near a body of water. It has been raining a lot where I am. So maybe standing near the window, front porch, balcony while it is raining. Of course, stay safe, but you create and water. Maybe that is creating, intentionally daydreaming every time you get into the shower, or you take a bath, or you wash your hands. Whenever you are engaging with the element of water, see the intention of the water coming on and washing away the intentions of other people, and then bringing in from that water divine element the creation of your desire. We have here next 21, so 22, 21, sort of a countdown effect, but also adding 2 plus 1, and you have 3. This is the wholeness, creation of sacred purpose and divine parents card. So again, the term that has come out, creator, creation, and sacred purpose, like principle. And we do have 2 P's out here. What is your purpose? And what are the principles? And then being a parent, you are here to parent, to create something that is sacred. What are you creating as a parent that has a sacred purpose that follows a set of principles with what you are here to guide others and guide yourself to do and through? Next, we have here the 14 card. Again, another 4 out here, 4 from 14, 4 from our 4 card, and we have another 1 and a 1 from our 21 card. And of course, we know we have a 4 down here and we have a 5 when you add the 2 together. This card is the card of magic and medicine woman and integration. So you have a magical, and what is magic? Creating things from the use of elements and intentions, and being in alignment with the mind and the feeling in the heart and the vibration of the being, and knowing that this thing which I see shall be. And we're potentially, with this card, talking to a woman, a feminine, taking the energy directly as it is coming off the card, who is integrating her thoughts, her imagination into creating, which some could say creation is a form of magical mastery, and bringing things forth. So when we have your parents, talking about the woman and the parental relationship, potentially if you see a connection between those 2 cards and their images. And then finally, for the top row, we have here 13. We do have a 3 here, and you add the 3 and the 1, and you have 4. So we have 3 1s, 1, 1, and 1. And this is the card of regeneration, transmutation, and beauty. So something here is being created. You were being asked to be the master of creating the form of organization, and to think about this in water, and to know that you are not doing this alone. You are co-creating. There's a co-conspirator for parents with this purposed element of creating wholeness in your realm of control. Not only are you being asked to create this sacred purpose and wholeness with your divine counterpart as parents, but be in the healing, medicinal, woman, feminine energy, which is magical. Or as a male, to note that the healing woman, feminine energy is magical and is integral and is important in order to transmute and to create beauty, and in order to regenerate. Right here below, we have the 18 change card. So in order to create yourself, there's going to have to be some change. Not only is there going to be change, but there is, with another 8 here, some resentment. There are people who are going to be jealous of your ability to create, potentially of your water connection, how long you wash your hands, how long you spend time in the shower, how long you're in the bath, because you're choosing to say, hey, I do this all the time. I do this every day. Why not do this with purpose? And we can't help but see that now on this row, we have a confirmation of 2, 8. So 8 is integral and significant. And of course, if you add this 6 plus the 2, you have 8. Our next card is 22 of hope. So we have 2 sets of 22 out here, 22 with hope, and we have the 22 here with the sacred archetypal element of water. And what do we also see here with this 22? Flowing water coming out of, just like there is water flowing in this image. So definite confirmation that with these 2 22s, and both of them dealing with water images and signs, you have to stay hopeful. Hopeful of what? That the wholeness of the sacred partnership and the purpose that you have come into this relationship with. For those of you who are reading this as a relationship reading, you create on your own. You decide the principles that you are doing life by as a result of making a change and letting go of the principles and the morals and the values that you have been built with, set to do life from, that you are realizing are not for you. And people are resenting that you are choosing to wash away the things that you do not want to take forward. And irregardless of this resentment, you still have hope that the wholeness that you are creating, your sun and moon like energy, you are now producing an effect. Because what does water do? It nourishes the soil so that the roots and the stems and the flowering that is above can both grow downward and upward. So keep that hope. That pairing, 22 up under divine parents, the pair of the masculine and the feminine. Next we have here the 25, but I'm going to hold tight on reading our animal cards, because let's also look at any confirmations we have out here with letters. So resentment, we do have an R. Change, we do have a C. Hope, there is an H out here as well. So the letters C and R and H might be significant. Now we're going to transition into comprehending the meanings behind our 4 animal oracle cards. And I do remember that the first one to come out was the cat. So we have 24 cat, 25 hippopotamus, 18 dog, and then in the reverse, 29, which I believe is hyena. Yes. All right, let's start with our cat, 24. Cat represents, oh, and let me pull it up so that you all can see that this actually is the cat card. Okay, here we go. Cat represents sacredness and exploration, which again, transmutation is a sacred process. It definitely is an exploration, exploring what is beautiful, with the beauty term here up under regeneration, about going within, which is sacred, and then exploring when you come out. In ancient Egyptian society, the cat has a sacred meaning and is associated with the goddess Bastet. It is the symbol of protection, fertility, and home, embodying qualities of introspection and inner guidance. Harness the mysterious and elegant energy of the cat. Embrace the power of intuition and occult knowledge that allows you to see things that are hidden. The appearance of the cat in your divination reading suggests that it may be time to explore the greater autonomy, independence, and free dominion. Its presence invites you to contemplate and reflect, allowing you to tune into a wise dominion that goes beyond the surface. Its impact is quiet but powerful. Detach yourself from the events of your life and observe them. Ask yourself what mysteries lie behind the current situation. Hide your secrets from the view of others and remain in solitude. So definitely a confirmation here, having the cat up under the regeneration card, and also noticing that there's a synchronicity, a set of numbers out of order. So we have 1, 3, 2, and 4. Again, 1 being the first number, 2 being the second number, 1 being the first number on this card, 2 being the first number on this card, 3 being the second number on this card, and 4 being the second number on this card. So the line that sticks out the most is its impact is quiet but powerful. Detach from the events of your life and observe them. Ask yourself what mysteries lie behind the current situation. So again, coming here with our first card, what are the principles that others have told you to master? Look at the mysterious lies that are in this foundation that is presenting your current situation. Hide your secrets. Hide your revelations. Do not reveal what things you are noticing that you want to let go of, aka also known as presenting your habits to others. I'm going to change this. I'm going to start. Don't do that. You will see some resentment, but by you hiding your secrets, your revelations from the view of others, and remaining in solitude, you have this hope, okay? Now let's move on to hippopotamus, which is 25. So again, 24 and 25. This represents chaos and opposition. So again, confirmation of the resentment card right here. And under magic and integration, it can be a bit chaotic when you're integrating things that are new to you. But there is, again, a firm, sacred foundation for you to explore. Once you do, you will finish this regeneration on the other side of this chaos. So 25, hippopotamus, says it is a symbol of chaos and destruction. The hippopotamus is associated with the goddess Taweret, protector of pregnant women and childbirth. Okay, I have to stop right there at that line. So definitely confirmation that this line right here is about women, a woman, because we have the word woman and then the word women right here, and then childbirth. So again, parents, man and woman, having a child. So confirmation definitely here. This figure embodies the forces of disorder and fertility during the Nile floods, which were essential for ancient Egyptian agriculture. The floods bring rich sediment and silt that settle on the fields, making the soil fertile for crops. Do not fear chaos. Just as the Nile floods bringing fertility, look for opportunities that enrich your life. Nurturing ideas with new knowledge will bring your abundance. Be forward-thinking and resilient, preparing yourself for difficulties by accumulating resources and inner strength, just as the Nile floods ended drought. Embrace the balance between order and chaos, as both forces are necessary for a balanced life. So, do not be afraid of any of this chaos, any of this opposition. Make note that chaos brings in the fertile foundation, okay, of this purpose and parenting being magical and producing a regenerated, balanced life. Things will get messy. People will stand forth and state their chaotic position. That's not for you. Stay in solitude. All right, we have here next 18, dog. Dog, like many of us could assume, first term right here on the page for dog is loyalty. So let's read it out. Loyalty and vigilance. For ancient Egyptians, the dog plays a significant role in daily life and religious beliefs. Employed for hunting, protection, and companionship, its cultural importance extends to mythology, where dogs are considered faithful companions in both the earthly life and the afterlife, symbolizing guidance and protection. The appearance of this symbol of loyalty and protection may suggest that you reflect on who or what is truly important in your life. Be more attentive and vigilant in the situations around you, both physically and emotionally. Cultivate sincere relationships to be a trusted member of your community or social circle. So again, having this 1 and 8, and we have 18 and 18. So 18 has come out twice. We have 3 8s on the table. It is so important to note with the dog, who are you in partnership with for a purpose? We have purpose and parents on this card. Who are you for life, like the loyalty of a dog, committed to? If you are completely honest and you are right now in partnership with a person, because we're thinking about parents, companionship, if you are in relationship, if you are faithful to, if you are serving, if you are protecting, if you are hunting and providing and in companionship, and I'm reading the terms that are here, with a person who is not vigilant, as vigilant in that union as you are, who does not see you as important as they are, and is physically putting forth the actions to suggest and to display symbolically their loyalty to you, then the situation around you is very clear. You are meant to be a member, a companion with a person who is in purpose, and they are emotionally and physically cultivating, they are emotionally and physically creating a wholeness, a unity. And in between these two, if you are coming to the realization that you are not with this person, there is hope. You must go in solitude. You are a magical woman. You are a magical creature. You are a magical vessel. You are a magical being who is okay with chaos, because you know fertile things that regenerate, are on the other side of this realization that faithfulness of companions, and I'm just going to read that here, faithfulness companions is key and most important. You will not be successful with a failing partner who does not protect, who is not loyal, who is not guiding. And when we say guiding, we mean with the same principles of what is right and wrong to do, to say, to think, to portray, with integrity. And integrity meaning in your presence and out of your presence. If you don't have this, there is hope that your community, your social circle is adjusting. Again, when those resentments come up, I'm resenting the fact that you're changing, that you're listening to this more positive, encouraging audio, that you have your headphones on, that you're not paying attention to me. You can't hear me when I'm asking for you to fix me something to eat because you're in the kitchen, or bring me something. That is not your purpose as a parent, to be a servant. Your purpose is to be in partnership, not to be a servant. You can be of service, but not a servant. What are you cultivating? I love this. And then we have here the 29 hyena in the reverse. So that means take everything that we're about to say and flip it on the head. Because whatever this resentment is, it's flowing right now. It's coming through. So hyena, and I believe I did show you all hyena, but if not, here is hyena, and putting it back in the reverse. And I'm going to read these and then make sure I say the opposite. So the hyena is an ambivalent symbol of power and cunning, but also chaos and destruction. So in the reverse, someone is not ambivalent. That means they are aware of their resentments. They are aware of their lack of power due to their choices. And they are aware not only of their cunning, but opposite of being cunning, their manipulative behaviors derived at destroying your confidence and bringing chaos into this circumstance of you creating for yourself. Next sentence. In ancient Egypt, the hyena is associated with the world of the living and the dead, acting as a bridge between these two realms. Its appearance invites you to be cunning and adaptable. So, what do we have here? We have the realm of the living, those with life, this water element that is flowing, and then the dead, resentment. This is a bridge. So, meaning opposite of a bridge, this is not a bridge. There is no bridging the gap between a person who is about rejuvenating, regenerating life and being in purpose and partnership based on principles, and this individual stuck in resentment. Yeah, I can guide you. Yeah, I can support you, but I am masking my resentment, my jealousy, how I feel like your success is antagonizing the wounds within me. That is a key principle here of this person. It says its appearance invites you to be cunning and adaptable. Use your intelligence to navigate challenges and opportunities with determination. Look at this situation. Look at this relationship. What about it is challenging? Write down those challenges. What about this situation are you determined to improve, to collaborate on, to improve, or simply acknowledge that there has not been improvement? Remembering this right here, and I'm just going to go ahead for kicks and giggles to put that there. What about the situation? Oh my goodness, and we have an E here, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and play with the energy as it is playing with me, because I coincidentally looked down. What about this energy is this? Okay? Or if you even want to laugh a little bit more, what about it is this? Just so we could laugh a little bit at it. Like ucky. What about it is ucky, and what about it is this? Like there is something that it's not right. It is not right. You may find yourself facing a competitive situation at work. Use strategy to achieve your goals, but without compromising your integrity. Okay? Okay? Okay. Manage relationships with colleagues and monogamous platonic relationships with intelligence and diplomacy on your own behalf. And I'm adding this in. Develop flexible plans, taking into account the unexpected so that you can quickly adapt to different situations while maintaining focus on the desired results. Okay, I have got to say this. I'm going to put this out. Let's say, because I'm picking up relationship energy here, let's say that you are a person who is in a relationship with someone, and you know you have been feeling, you have been thinking, your gut has been wrenching, you don't want to, y'all still sharing beds, whatever the circumstance is, that it's time to cause an end. And it's mainly due to, from your perspective, that they're not pulling their weight. They're not holding up their end of the bargain. They're not keeping their promises, for a better phrase. Let's have an accountability chart. Many of you know this about me. I love lists and charts. And let's be direct. Let's be real direct. And let's not beat around the bush. So give me a second. I am going to get a sheet of paper and actually visually display this suggestion. So, and I know we have 2 more cards. So here's a notebook of mine. You are going to write down the things, again, you are going to write down the things that you have asked this person to do, to notice, to change, that are not for selfish means, reasons, or gain, but simply for the improvement of the flow of the relationship, to operate from principles that guide you all into fulfilling y'all's purpose with being together. So you're going to have a side that is them and a side that is you. Not a large T chart at first, and I've said this before. Write down all the things you have asked them to do. And even if you want to get menial, some might say petty, just list all the things that you're asking this individual to do, and to do with efficacy. Do the right thing. So let's just take this back simply. Can you respect my opinions? Can you not talk down when I'm being optimistic about a situation? Can you actually look at me when I'm talking to you and I'm going to end up asking you for your advice, or just sharing what has gone on? Can you be more considerate with cleanliness in the home so it doesn't fall on me to do things and do it the right way? When you say you're going to do things, can you do them the right way, and in at least that 24 hours that I'm asking you to get it done, unless it's time sensitive? Whatever those things are, write them down. And then I want you to write down on your side, what are all the things that you do in this relationship? Next, after we look at actual action, so this is reality of actions, we're going to next make a T chart about feelings. How do you feel this person feels towards you? And list the feelings. And again, there can be a range. How do you feel towards this person? Again, on a good and a not so good or a bad day. And add it up. All the things over here that are pros, that are good, write down that number. All the things over here that are cons about being in a relationship with this person that is not supportive, write it down and add up that number, and which is larger. All the things that you do, what are the things that you do that are pros, that are helpful? What are all the things that you do that are cons, that are not helpful for the relationship? And then also taking into account, is the load of the good that you bring outweighing the load of the good that they bring? That's the key factor here. For example, if they're only bringing in 9 good things, but you have over here on your side that you bring in 27 pros, evaluate. And you can even do this where you are texting yourself in the moment. On this day, I requested this. I made note of this at this time. So you can have timestamps of proof when you're ready to leave. Yeah, I haven't been keeping track of it because it's been going on for so long, but something just hit me over the course of 1 week. Just 1 week. Every time something, it could be like you're responding to a text message. I ask, I'm trying to engage. decide together, etc. And your reaction was, and literally quote what the reaction was: body language, physical reality of actions, and how you felt as a result of it. And just chart it out. Don't let it be an idea in your head. Make sure that there's full accountability in reality. So when you choose to make that decision based on the resentment, and again, they can't say, I resent that you've been tallying. Like, who are you to be tallying all wrong? Because I'm not going to stay in this situation. That's the answer. I'm not going to stay with this wrong. I'm meant for better, for beauty, for regeneration. I can't do that with the lack of support. And we have here the final two cards, confirmation, 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. So we have a destruction of enemies. This chaos, it will be done up, over with. There is a head that they are carrying. They will be carried away. Don't worry about it. And then our final card down here, possessiveness or sharing, 29. Don't feel possessed to share. They might feel possessive of you. Again, this chaotic energy is definitely here, and it's in alignment. They feel possessive of you. Here's this person coming in like, hey, I've got this rod to help me walk, and I'm carrying this load down low, and I'm more clothed, and I've got this raiment of jewelry about my neck, but I see you coming in with your load, less clothed, less care for yourself, that it seems that someone could assume this individual has the time to give. Hair is not as long. There's some possessiveness, some sharing. Hey, why don't you hold this for me also? Even though they have a staff to help hold some of that weight while they're walking. Don't overshare with this person. This possessive person, well, I gotta have you. What am I gonna do without you? Holding accountability. What shadow wound is that revealing in you? This need to be needed. There's chaotic energy. So there are enemies who are bent on 2 plus 6, 8, 8 and 8, who were hell-bent on expressing their resentment of your changes. And what they're going to push and desire for you to do is overshare and to play into their hands of possessiveness, because we know we do have out here P and S, possessiveness and sharing. These destructive people, D and E, and we have O's, destruction of enemies, and we have possessiveness or sharing. It's time to do away with that. All right? So my hope is that this message is helpful, and that if you see an alignment with the synchronicities, all the 2s we have out here, 2 of 29, 2 of 26, the 2 of this 29, so we have 2 29s out here. We have 2 18s on the table. We also have 2 22s on the table. We have again 25. We have again 24. We have our 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And with this, we also had a 7 somewhere. Where is that 7? I thought I saw a 7 on the table. No, there seems to not be a 7. Where did I think I saw a 7? Oh, I think with the 2 and the 9, subtracting the 2 from the 9 would provide us with a 7. And then we'd have all numbers out here. We have 1, we have 2, and 3, and 4. Interesting, those 2 together, of course, 7. We have 5, we have 6. If you do the subtraction right here, we have 7. We already know we have 8s out here and we have 9s out here. So you have a full spread. But my hope is that you will realize that you are meant to be here. You agreed to a soul contract to come back around this time because of the confirmations of the deja vus in your life, to unlearn what has been put in your psyche, to go in solitude and unlearn these things and create from the form of the principles that you will hold to be true for your life. You're going to work this out like water. It'll flow in and ideas will flow out. But you are here to be whole, to be in partnership and purpose, and to create from this place of purpose with magical integration of the reality that you are here to transmute, to realize, and to let go of as a result of this computational discussion of what should we be regenerating, acknowledging the roots, the stems of, and then flowering forward and creating beauty. This change that is apparent is going to create resentment, but have hope in this flow of fertility in your life. The chaos is a part of the fertility coming in, like the flooding of the Nile is a part of the bringing in of the silts, the fertile soil for great harvest and crops. But in order for you to take notice of this, solitude is necessary. Silent keeping track is necessary. Don't be worried about these elements of supposedly, seemingly speaking life into you, which is what they're not doing. They're here to manipulate. You're here not for manipulation, but for loyalty. Like in the alphabet, L, then M. You're here for loyalty, not for manipulation. You're going back to what comes first, the L and then the M and then the N. You're here for loyalty. And what are you doing? You're walking away from this hyena and acknowledging the destructive energy that has been around you that should not be integrated into the beauty that you're creating. And you're also here to acknowledge that the possessiveness of others in your life and the oversharing that is being requested of you in order to track, charter, and chart your progression and your progressiveness towards purpose with principles is not what is moving forward. All right? I love you. Great things to you and yours, and peace.